Man, what a beautiful day. I can't wait to get back on the road. I'll be leaving the cabin pretty soon, but while I was out here, I worked on this. Since I've been here, I just cut a piece of plastic, heated it, bent it, drilled a hole, all that. So now the camera hangs front and center. The view is a little bit low, so we will all be looking through the windscreen on the Himalayan, but I think that's a good toss-up. It'll hang pretty nice, and this camera is excellent at vibration reduction, which is why I like to use it. What I want to show you next is my trail cam. There's a game cam down there on that tree, and I'm going to show you something sort of interesting since I haven't been out here in about a month. Okay, kind of weird. You are now seeing me on the trail cam, so the video quality is not going to be as good. The sound won't be as good. I'm trying to talk loud. So with me standing here and with the 6x6 there in the background, that should give you a better perspective and size reference for when you see these animals. You'll be able to tell a little bit better how big they actually are. So the night before I arrived out here, well, I had a pretty big muscly visitor walking around. I'll show you that video first, followed by some other wildlife, so take a look at this. Can of bear spray by the door in the cabin, or sometimes I leave it sitting on the deck. I always carry a can with me when I travel. I had one last night. I'll be taking one with me on my trip, and I just always have it accessible. I often have it clipped on my belt when I'm walking around out here, just in case. I also have a bear gun, and it just depends on what I'm doing. So, you know, there's a tool for every job. Oftentimes I just have the bear spray with me when I'm going around quick. If I'm going to be scouting around or walking through the woods or the brush, oftentimes I'll have the bear gun. For the remainder of this trip on the Himalayan, I'm actually going to have bear spray and a bear gun. I also have a mini horn. We'll probably pull the gun out and take a look at it later on down the road. Well, the whole day is getting away from me. I decided to stay. I got everything dried up and kind of went over some things in my gear and packed back up. So all the Moto stuff is situated and staged, ready to get loaded up into the 6x6. I'm gonna head out first thing early in the morning. I wanted to take a moment to share the cabin with you in the daylight. Not that many people have seen it. I've had a few visitors, mainly family, but not a lot of other people have seen the place. And I just recently finished off a couple things. So let's take a look real quick here. I can tell you I've been doing this all by myself, so it's been a very slow process. I did have help. My dad and uncle came and we worked on these lower windows and this siding here. But everything else, every single thing, the roof up there, the ridge beam, the metal roof, the chimney, whatever, you name it, I did it, and it's been difficult. So I'm not a carpenter or whatever. It's just, you know, using what I do know and then looking up things and then just putting a lot of time and effort into it to try to get it right. It's in the middle of nowhere, basically. And I'm near Denali. I'm not too far from Denali National Park. I'm really close to Denali State Park. I can see Denali from the cabin. And I'm just in the woods, in the wilderness, and there's nobody around. So it's a challenge to get out here. It's really hard to get stuff out here, which makes it slow. So the deck here I'm showing you is round, just because that was something that was kind of important to me. Wanted to do that. And then I carried the round features and accents into the interior. So for instance, the countertop, that's rounded off, and up here, the loft up here, that's round. Just makes it more interesting. And then like the landing for the loft, also round. And I don't know, the hearth here. So this stove, I've been using that, and typically it would be on the hearth. But my niece and I recently put the stonework down when she was visiting with my parents, and I still need to put some grout in there and then a sealant, and then I can put the wood stove back in place and tie it into the chimney. The countertop, I brought out some 1x 4x8 pieces of cedar, glued them together, sanded them down, and then coated it. So I need to put a second, well, I need to wash this actually. I need a second coat, a clear coat on here, thicken it up a little bit, and then I'll be able to mount the sink in permanently, nice and flush. Right now it's just kind of set in place. This will be like curtains here. Got some trim work I need to do. The shelves turned out kind of nice. It's cool. Just pieces of spruce with the dye and the varnish, just like the walls. This is birch ply, but it's been dyed and varnished. Everything needs trim. I don't have trim around windows. I don't have trim on the pantry. All these windows, these beams here need to be boxed in and trimmed off. You name it, I need to finish it off, everything. I see wildlife and moose all the time because there's so many windows. You just, you know, if you're paying attention, you'll see it. I've got solar power here, so I do have batteries. So I've got solar power, and then out in the shed, I have a generator. There's a generator out there and propane. So all the power runs underground, the propane runs underground. I can stand in here, hit a button, and the generator kicks on, and it automatically switches over to generator power in here. And right out here, the GoPro makes it look tiny, so you're just gonna have to trust me on this. But Denali is right there, quite a bit of it, and some other mountains that are in front of it down lower, and it looks massive. Unfortunately, with the wide angle lens on these GoPros, like it looks super tiny and far away, but it's not. It is, it's pretty impressive. Just for kicks, since that Himalayan that I rode here is from India, I thought I'd mention, this too is from India. This is the Surya Mazik stainless steel propane 3-range burner. Let's take a look upstairs. Now, you might notice there's speakers. There's another one back in there. So I've got in-ceiling speakers wired to Bluetooth, which is actually in the wall in the pantry. So the whole cabin is wired for Bluetooth. So if you're out here and you got some good music, by all means, connect up and enjoy. This wall is going to get cut out to fit a triangle window, which will match these windows over here.
And as you can see, this insulation needs to be finished off as well. It's just stuffed in there. It's not folded over, stapled. It's not covered anything. And all of this birch is going to get trimmed to cover up the seams. And this all needs to be dyed and varnished. And I need like my trim up there and my lights. And I've got all this stuff. It's just I got to do it. So it's really pretty spacious up here. This door is a new addition. I wasn't going to do this. I didn't have a door up here. Cut it out, framed in a door, put this door in so we could have a better view upstairs. And from up here, you've got Denali, a big view of Denali out there. And I can sit on the deck. And I feel like I'm sitting in a birch tree here while I'm looking at Denali, and I'm doing my video work, and I'm responding to people on YouTube from up here in the air. I'm about 18 feet up on this level. And this deck is round as well. Not as round as downstairs, but a little bit. So let's take one last look from the outside, a couple other directions. So from what I like to consider the back of the cabin, you can have a look there. Got that upper deck. And yeah, got to put the cedar up there. And then what I'll do is I'm going to head out on the other side of this grass and look back. I'll be able to show you the solar and the water tank and whatnot. Space. Okay, and there we go. Anyway, so there's a solar panel mounted to the side of the cabin. And then that white tank, that's water. So my water to the kitchen sink is just gravity fed, and it actually has a lot of water pressure. Works pretty good. So that's it. That's the cabin. When you haven't heard from me in a while, if I haven't posted a motorcycle video or who knows what, chances are I may be at the cabin and quite busy trying to finish this place off. So this place is really special to me. I put a lot of work and time and effort into it. It's really, you know, it's a part of me. Hopefully you find it interesting. If you got any questions, you know, feel free to ask. I'll try to answer what I can. Like I said, tomorrow morning I will pack up right away, get back on the road, and we will continue the journey to the Arctic Ocean. Blueberry. Good morning, Internet. That's my ode to Itchy Boots. If you haven't seen Norley on her channel, Itchy Boots, typically every single video she says, good morning, Internet. So her stuff's awesome. She's cruising all over the world, though, and posting on a regular basis, like every week. So her videos are like 10 minutes typically, good music, great scenery. She's encountering amazing people. So I should be on my way, but I was watching an Itchy Boots video. I got a coffee to finish, and I'm getting suited up. I've got some new base layer clothing and some particular socks that are my favorite socks. So I guess I'll show you some of this stuff real quick. Let me set my coffee down here. And well, the top, you can see, you know, it's a fitted base layer. It's not a like big fancy name brand, so you're not going to see a big logo, and therefore you're not going to spend an extra 10-20 bucks, you know, on a name brand thing. And it's like it's thin but not too thin, and it's durable but not too thick. It's just right, perfect. It's perfect. And then you can see here, like under the arm, you can breathe a little bit and stay dry. And it's the same thing behind the knees. This right here, pretty good. The stitching's really good. And then here's my socks I was telling you about. These are made by Wigwam, and I've had these socks, not this exact pair, but I've had these same types of socks for 10 years, and they're still going strong. No holes. They don't get all pilly. And yeah, they stay up over your calf. But man, I'm telling you, for a pair of socks that are wool, that work well, that last for 10 years, come on. I mean, sun's trying to poke through there. So I guess I need to get the show on the road. Here's a, D got me this as a gift. I think it came from Costa Rica. You like that? Little bottle opener right on the cabin. It's pretty handy. Bellican. Anybody drink Bellican drinks? Bellican beer? I just let the bottle caps stack up here. So these are all memories. Memories of past visitors. And so we got Blue Moon, Deschutes Brewery, Hornsby's, which is a cider, Corona. Oh, Big Sky Brewing. Anybody drink any of this stuff? There's this other one. I'm gonna butcher the name when I say it. What does that say? Sweat is the cologne of success. Very nice. Okay. Oh, a little bit more sun coming through. I love it out here in the mornings. All right, let's get out of here. How's it going?
Perfect. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Excellent.
Just thought I'd check and see where you're coming from.
I just came from the other side of that road.
Oh, so like from Paxton?
Yeah. Came from Paxton. Paxton, there's nothing there. Which way are you headed?
I'm headed up to Prudhoe.
Okay. I just came from Prudhoe.
Okay, how's it looking?
It was pretty awful.
It was awful?
Oh yeah, it was pretty wild, yeah.
Really?
Fucking great, yeah.
Just muddy?
Oh yeah, muddy, loose gravel, all kinds of shit. Yeah, raining hard.
All right.
Yeah, but I think that, that was 3 days ago.
Okay.
So, I mean, you got to be careful when, anytime that they're grading, of course, because they'll lay out about 4 or 5 inches of really loose gravel.
Yeah.
You just got to be really cautious going through that shit.
Okay.
You just have to be kind of careful, and, if anything, you'll probably dump your bike, but I mean, you pick it up, you go again.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I haven't dumped it yet, but it's going to happen sooner or later.
I dump mine every other day, yeah. I just, yeah.
That's one of the reasons. So I'm shorter, and so I got this bike because I can touch
Yeah,
so
I
much
like
better.
it. Yeah, what
and
is this?
this is the Royal Enfield Himalayan.
Okay, cool. These cans, what are those, 2 gallon?
This is 1.75
Okay,
on each side.
yeah. That'll definitely do you.
Yep.
And you got how much?
There's 4 in the main tank.
4 in the middle. Oh yeah, I love this mount. Man, that is a great idea to put it up front like that.
That's another one of the things I like about this bike. Simple, but instead of plastic, you have something useful.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And where are you from originally?
South Alberta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Nice. I love Canada.
No, the cases I love, but at the same time, going soft, I can see is an advantage because I mean that really beat these guys up.
These things are pretty awesome. You
Yeah,
get plenty of
they're-
power, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, they got power like.
On your Prudhoe trip, what was your favorite thing about the whole, like from Fairbanks to Prudhoe?
I just love the whole experience.
Just the whole
It was
experience.
a little scary at times. It was a little sketchy at times.
Yeah,
I liked it. Yeah.
yeah, I like that stuff too.
Great.
What about wildlife?
I saw a little herd of muskox right up against the road. I think I'll go up to Denali and get a bite to eat.
That's what I'm gonna do too. I'll follow you.
Okay, let's head up that way.
Yeah, in fact, I'll follow you and record. Yeah, I'll be able to record another motorcycle, getting through the
Cool.
turns and stuff. Okay, what was your name?
I'm Daryl.
Daryl? Justin.
Justin.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Can we go ahead and get that beer started for you?
Really,
No, that
I mean, it's oil and
degrees is so good.
It's perfect for that weather out there. It warms your
Yeah,
body.
I got soaked. I really was kind of dumb. I got wet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the beer's fine.
But you said you're good with that stout?
Yeah, that'd be good. Thank you. All right, I had my pizza, I had my beer, I got warmed up, got dried up, and then I got my insulated riding rain pants on. And this place is the Prospect Pizzeria. It's pretty good. So this is basically, it's a little kind of tourist village outside of Denali National Park. And then down there you can go inside the national park. But I am gonna get going. I've got a place to stay in Fairbanks, like I was saying. It's this little tiny cabin. Dee set it up for me actually, which is kind of sad because it's called the Cozy Cabin for Two, but it's only gonna be one, just me. So I got a couple hours to Fairbanks, and I don't know, I was looking at the radar, the weather, and it looks like further on up ahead it was supposed to be worse rain, but it's clearing up here a little bit. So maybe I got all geared up for nothing, but whatever, better to be safe than sorry. I already got kind of wet because I risked it, knowing that this place wasn't far away, and sure enough I got pounded by a bunch of rain and it got down in my boots. And but I'm good now. Now I'm good to go. So gonna hit the road. Yeah, no problem. You're fine. Thank you. Take care.